This is how I passed my funding challenge phase 1 using ICT techniques in only one trade. Let's get into the video. Okay guys, a quick story. I started a new 100k challenge and I'm doing this for a project of mine that will be released later this year. In this project, I will be passing phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. So I will be getting a payout and I'm recording and documenting every single thing along the way, from buying the challenge to getting paid out. This will be part of a project that will be released later this year. And yeah, I'm very excited to share this with you. And this is already like a tip of the iceberg, a closer look into what I will be releasing later this year. Full transparency, it didn't take me one trade to pass this challenge, but here's the twist of the story. I was at 98k and from 98k I brought the account up to 108, so what is required to pass the challenge on my forex funds with only using one single trade. So I can basically say that I passed this challenge in one trade, right? So coming up to this trade, I had a fantastic month, I can say. Basically every trade that I took was right, except for a GU trade that I took last week. And all the other trades that I took, or they were tapped out by the pip, or I wasn't tapped in by the pip. So that's why some unfortunate trades, I still calculate them right, because my analysis was right, my bias was right, and this is just a win in the book. Only the P&L is not there to show it. Other than that, I also took some very nice trades that did hit my take profit. And this was one of them. So this was this morning. It was the 14th of March during the London session. And I will start with you guys from the beginning and show you how I came up with this trade idea. So let's hide everything real quick. So this was last week, right? Last week we had massive impulses, we had NFP happening and everything like that. And then we can see that on the 1 hour we changed structure. So I'm always preaching to my students and to everyone around me that trades, structure is king, and that proved himself so good today. What can we see right here? These highs have been broken with a new high right here. Then we created a higher low. We created a new higher high. We created a new higher low. We created a new higher high. Then we had this low being broken. But a market structure shift only happens when a low has been broken and a new lower high has been formed. So there was nothing really happening right here that would have concerned me to switch biases. So I'm still searching for a long position right here. But this was yesterday. This was Monday, and on Mondays I don't like to trade. So I didn't trade. Then today, Tuesday, this high had been formed yesterday during the London close. So we're still basically in a structure. Let's just go to the 4 hour to show you this real easy. As you can see, we broke that low, right? But as you can see on the 4 hour, no low has been broken. So always take things in perspective, how they might look on a higher time frame. This is where we are now. This is before London Open, this is 7 AM for me. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to look for the leg that has the most value to me. So this is the leg that has the most value to me because this leg had not done a retracement yet. We are in that retracement currently. And we're still going bullish because our structure is bullish, right? The higher highs and the higher lows. So then I'm going to search for point of interest in this leg. My first point of interest is this fair value gap right here. It is giving it away while I'm drawing on, okay. This is a 1 hour fair value gap. And our second point of interest is this order block. So these are the 2 points of interest. Then the thing that I did, I drew on my Fibonacci tool. So I take this from the wick that begins the leg to the wick that ends the leg. Like this. This gives us the zone with the optimal trade entry. As you can see, the optimal trade entry is in perfect combination with this 1 hour fair value gap. So let's scale it down to the 15 minutes and let's just play forward. Bam, as you can see, we come into this 1 hour fair value gap. What do? We do absolutely nothing. We wait for price to react on either one of these zones. So this is the first zone that we want to see a reaction of, and this is the second zone that we want to see a reaction of. So we're waiting. We're waiting and waiting and waiting. So you can see a doji has been formed. Let's see what the next candle is going to do. Okay, we have some momentum, right? We have some momentum. Then we go down to the 5 minutes. The 5 minutes right here. What can we see? By the way, you can also stay on the 15, but I like to go to the 5 to precise my entry even more. On the 5 minutes, I see a very beautiful fair value gap. A 5 minute fair value gap. Bam. So what did we do? We went to the 1 hour to create a point of interest area. We created every single one that was below our 50% inside of this leg. Then we're looking for entries. We're looking for a reaction out of one of these two zones. This zone gave a beautiful reaction. Then we're scaling down. Can we enter somewhere inside of that displacement, inside of that reaction? Yes, we can. We have a 5-minute fair value gap right here. So this is our entry. Bam. And then what I did, because I know, okay, this is a very high probability trade for me. Everything aligns very good. I'm just putting 2% behind it. I'm just putting 2% behind it. I only need 4.5 R. I only need 4.5 R. And that is the trade that I'm taking. So let's play it a bit forward. By the way, if I would have lost this trade, no big deal. I was then on 3% down or something like that because I was on 98.9. So no big deal, right? But I want to give a really quick disclaimer. Don't do this if you're just starting out. This is something for more experienced traders that know the strategy that they're trading and that know the probability their strategy has to play out. I'm also not risking 2% on every single trade. Most of the time I'm risking 1%, 0.5%, more in the ranges of that. But when I'm doing a challenge, I like to take more risks, and when there is a trade that I know has a higher probability to succeed, I'm willing to put more risk behind it. It is also the more logical thing to do once you're a more profitable and once you're a more experienced trader, to put more risk behind your trade so that you can get more profit out of the markets. So let's play a bit forward. Bam, bam. This is the place where we get tapped in. Beautiful. We get tapped in by a beautiful wick. Immediate reaction out of the zone, actually out of this order block. And yeah, we were in the trade from here. Then let's see what happens. Maybe go to the 15 real quick. We see a big bullish engulfing coming out of this order block right here. We had a very good reaction out of this. So if we go to the 5 minutes, we see a pullback. But this is the moment in time where maybe you are watching the markets. I was actually in a coaching call with someone, and he also took this trade. So congratulations to you, bro. So that you also analyzed this trade perfectly and got a W out of it. But nonetheless, if you see price pulling back like this, always remind yourself structure is king. So where does price needs to go to in order to invalidate this trade? Price needs to break this low, yeah? And then we need to create a lower high, and then this trade is invalidated. But for now, we're good. We're good. Let's see what happens. Bam, a new high has been created. So now we are going for this high. If I was not trading for the challenge, if I was not taking this particular trade for the challenge, I would have put my take profit right here. This is the more easy target. This is the more safe target. But for now, I was like, let this trade run. And that's what we did. As you can see, once we are coming close to this high, we're getting reactions and we're getting rejections. So right here again, high has been taken out, reaction out of this. But it doesn't scare us. This doesn't scare us. Okay, right here, we were consolidating. And I was like, yo, bro, this is taking so long. So what did I do? I added a position. I was searching for my phone, but it doesn't matter. I will show you on the screen. I added a position to help me secure that win faster. That is something that I like to do, is when you are in a clear bullish trend and you are experiencing a pullback of a lag. So for example, you are here or you are here or you are here, dare to scale in. By the way, only scale in once you're in profits and once you can endure that loss. But if you're doing that, you will reach your target much, much faster. And don't drag this on, don't be greedy, just use it to get to your target. And my target was at 108K. So that is what I used and that is what I did. And then we hit our take profits. Another thing is that I wasn't home when this trade was happening. I was actually at the gym and my take profit wasn't here initially. My take profit was at 5R because I thought, okay, I'm at 108, so I need 10K. But I actually needed 9K because I was at 108.9. So I was manually closing it right here. So I manually closed it right here. I closed my biggest position right here. And then it quickly came down. So I was waiting and waiting to close the second position because I needed a second position to close in order to succeed the challenge. So then we came here, I closed it, and guess what? Commissions got me to 107.985. So it was $15 short. I was like, oh my god, bro, what are we doing? I was like, okay, do we have some room left to go? Probably yes. And then I just entered another position for like 2 pips or something to just get me above that mark. So yeah, this was my trade. Some key takeaways, guys. Please don't do this if you're not experienced enough to do it. Please do this if you're experienced enough to do it. It is just the most logical thing to do if you know what you're doing. To just put enough volume behind your trades so that you can get more profits out of the markets, but you can also get more quickly out of the markets. And that should always be your goal. By the way, this is my Forex Funds dashboards. As you can see, 108, profit target 8,000, net profit 8,045. So guys, I hope you learned something from this. As I said, I will also be posting phase 2. I'm documenting everything. So yeah, if you're excited for that, please leave a like on the video. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye guys.